Good morning, everybody. It's time for some guitar this morning. Let's go post a link on our website. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com. No, don't go there. Well, go there if you want to do ukulele, but you don't. You're here to play guitar. Go to denverguitarorchestra.com, and that is where I post the link for the lesson, and then everybody comes in and rocks out. It's also the place you go to get the sheet music that we're going to cover today. It's also the place where you go to get a graded approach to guitar that will take you from the very beginning steps to the highest level you can get to. It's also the place where you can join an orchestra if you're here in Denver, and if not, you can start an orchestra wherever you are. And that's what it's for. So let's see if stay on page, update. We got new versions of WordPress today, and so far not so good. So let's see. So now it's when you say I want to view my updates, it says, "Are you sure?" Because I think you don't want to do that, and then there's no other option, and you're like, "Yes, I do." So, all right, looks like it's working. All right, so we got the page set up. We, of course, have been tweeting our activities here, https://denverguitarorchestra.com. And my thought is if I tweet every single day forever, it will have been a waste of time of tweeting, but it just makes me amused, I suppose, nothing else. All right, so now we have tweeted our thing. We have posted on our website. Let's talk about what we're playing today. We've been playing Three Blind Mice all week. This is the final song in book one. Definitely the hardest song in book one. And it is... I don't know what else to say about it. It's definitely a pain. We're going to be doing Wheels on the Bus today, a very minimal amount of Wheels on the Bus today. I'm going to make sure that we do it early and get through it quickly so that we can move on and not have it stuck in your head all day. Yesterday, we didn't have a chance to review Santa Lucia as well as I wanted to, so we're going to dive back into Santa Lucia for a bit. And then, of course, we have Scarborough Fair today, which is one of those songs everybody wants to play on guitar. So we've got that lined up for today. Really nice set of songs. Tonight, Thursday night, is, I think, I don't have a board meeting tonight, do I? Let me check. Hold on. Let's make sure we're meeting tonight. I'm 99% sure we are. Yes, tonight we are meeting. Tonight we're playing Yesterday, Blackbird, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Here Comes the Sun, and then that's the second run through of our non-tabbed super secret song, DGO Mysteries number 2. And that is for those people who are interested in playing directly from sheet music. It's a different level of satisfaction when you do that stuff. Much harder to get the song going and up and running, but you're more likely to get rid of the paper sooner because it's just so dang unfriendly for guitar. Got a couple more Beatles tunes I'm hoping to finish up this afternoon. I don't know if I'll get them done or not, but we'll be tossing those in as soon as I can get the arrangements finished. And so we'll see how this afternoon goes. And then let's see what else is going on. I think that's about it. So let's take a look at it. All right. All right, let's hit close. Vic made it in already this one. Vic ditched us yesterday. What the heck, Vic? She decided, you know what? Heck with them on a Wednesday. And so she went off and did something else. I saw her later in the day, so I know that she was not. I know she was totally playing hooky. Pele made it in. Hey, Pele, good to see you. Pele has a job and teaches and does music with young people, and so she can't join us very often. But when you're here, Pele, it makes me very happy. Got a few other people logging in, getting settled down. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to run through Three Blind Mice first, and I want to just make sure tomorrow's our concert, right? So tomorrow we've got, God, look at the list. We're going to be playing the A major scale. So double check that you've got take a minute to run through your scale. We're playing all open position scales right now, and they are useful for fingerstyle in the sense that we're going to be playing in A major. We usually play open position in A major, and so the scales we have on our current scale sheet are actually quite helpful for the stuff we were really going to be doing for real music. And then tomorrow at the rest of our concert, Three Blind Mice, The More We Get Together, Malagueña, Fur Elise, This Old Man, Minstrel Boy, Last Rose of Summer, Tom Dooley, Santa Lucia. We won't be doing Wheels on the Bus and Scarborough Fair. So that's too many songs. We'll see how many we get through tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it as a request day. Which songs do you want to play? And I bet I can guess already which that you want to play. So we're having up and down weather here in Colorado right now. And so we have Vic still not fessing up to playing hooky yesterday. I thought she'd have some schmarmy comment. Vic isn't smarmy. That's the nice thing about Vic. I don't know how she puts up with me. All right, so we got that. My pedal is not connecting again. Let's see. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome in. 24 outside an hour ago. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow last night. We got nothing. And so I'm raging against our local weather girl. Listen to me. What am I from 1940? Our local weather forecasting scientist, Lisa Hidalgo, is on Channel 7. She's, we're getting snow. We're totally getting snow, and we got nothing. So Lisa. Let's see. And Pauline made it in. Good morning. 47 and sunny up there in California. Sounds like a perfect day in California. Live appointment. Okay. Yeah. So, Vic, finally, Vic, thanks for admitting you are playing. You put something more important than me. All right. Here we go. Three Blind Mice. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to sing it because I can't sing it. Tomorrow we will play both the melody and the tough axe. From the top, let's play the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. That song is arranged a little bit differently, obviously, than the way we usually play it, because we usually play it with much faster through the minute. They all went after the farmer's wife. We usually double time that, but I like it slower on guitar. I think it sounds nice. Let's for those of you in books 2 and 3 and beyond, let's do the tough axe. Let's do it twice through. First time plucking, second time strumming. Then we'll vote and see which way is better. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to start with the proper hand position. It's going to make things a whole lot easier for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Which one went better? Um, uh, shall we do plucking or strumming? I think that my plugging went better this time. I felt like, oh, you know what? That sounds pretty nice. It's very, very specific, very good, very, very good skill set, Gary. And then when I was doing the strumming, things were getting out of control pretty fast. And I thought that's probably what it feels like when you're chasing three blind mice around the kitchen with a carving knife. So maybe that fits the feeling of the song a little bit better. Let's see, we always have. From time to time, we get a troll wandering through here. I don't know what it is they get out of that, but in any event, off they go. All right, let's do. That's Three Blind Mice. Lovely, right? If you missed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we talked about it in more detail. Obviously, let's go on to book 2. And today, as you know, is one of the great days that we get to come to from time to time when we study the legendary song called Wheels on the Bus. Now, let's be perfectly clear. You are never really going to play Wheels on the Bus. It's never really going to happen, right? What will happen is that you are going to have F chords and C chords coming up in your life. And this is a lovely tune because you know how it goes to spend a little bit of time with F and C chord and get your fingering going pretty well. And so I want to take just a moment to talk about having the right attitude when you're playing Wheels on the Bus, because the real purpose of this here is to just get you making this shape. Dum, dum, dum. That's how yours will sound, probably. That's how mine sounds sometimes. Okay. And then going to the C chord. That's been my hard one forever. And back to the C chord, F chord, C chord. And I would say that probably for everybody, electric guitars are a possible exception. When you electric guitar is much easier to do bar chords on, and so they do them basically from day one for their entire career. And so electric guitar players get pretty comfy with bar chords. As an acoustic guitarist, we sort of wait a while to get started on them, and then we try to avoid them as much as possible. You're not going to avoid F chord. And it's one of its friends, B minor, which is on the second, is the A minor shape up on 2. You're not going to avoid that one either. So both of those are coming up in your life. So there's a reason to actually spend a little bit of time working on them. Let's talk in more detail. We talked about it before, but I do think it's important. What you're really playing is an E chord. So you start with your E chord. Okay? Then you change your fingers out to middle, ring, and pinky. Your A, that's your E chord, and then you slide everybody forward 1 fret and add the bar. Okay, then you slide it up 2 more. You have a G chord right here. And I have learned from Arlo, this is a very handy little thing to have right there, and I've been using it more and more and more over the years. And then one up at measure fret 5. You have an A chord. And doesn't that sound nice? Okay, so to practice this shape, when I first got started, I'm going to conquer this shape. I would put it on A, and I would slide it down to G, and then I would slide it down to F, and then back to E. Very Spanish, doesn't it? And it has that nice sort of, we end up on the right chord. A, turns out if you E, F, G, A is E and A are friends, and if you start with A, E and they're here. So E and A are pretty good friends. So that's why it makes sense to start on the A. Feels very final on there. You got A, B, C, D, E, right? So they go together, and then you come back up to A and do the whole thing again. And when you get started, you have to be comfortable with get comfy with that terrible sound. You're going to have it a lot. It's part of being a guitarist and having commitment to that particular way of playing it. That sounds beautiful. Okay, but if you end up with that, you end up with that, and it is just what it is. What it is. As your hand strength improves, it'll get better. Now, I want to take just a moment to talk about my overall posture. No, shoulders are not up, right? When I'm playing and I'm all upset, Okay, shoulders here. Guitar, probably want to be strumming down around, down right below the hole is best. You'll catch me strumming up here all the time because of all of the hours I log in on ukulele. My hand tends to cover up the sound hole. Better, probably, just strum where it's not there. And your strings are a little tighter down here. And so you get a different feeling out of it. A little harder to play it, right, versus here. Sound is different. The timbre is different. Also, then take a look at my hand shape. Wrist and forearm are aligned. I'm not doing this. I have a tendency as a player to do that, right? But we don't want that. We want this nice and straight. My bar, I try to get it toward the front of the fret. And sometimes I'll have to move it slightly up or slightly down to get my knuckle in the right position, because this knuckle is in the process of getting bigger every day. And so sometimes I need to align him better with one of these other fingers so they're covering up his naughtiness. The knuckle is fine. It pushes down. It's the space between here that sometimes is a little bit harder to get a good clean sound out of it. And so sometimes I'll have to move my bar up or down just a little bit to get that. I have been known to, some days it's going poorly, to roll it backward or even to roll it forward. All of those are possible choices for you in just getting your bar tighter. The other thing is definitely make sure thumb middle of the fretboard or middle of the neck and hanging out behind the middle finger. Okay, so that's where that should be. And I do think even guitarists who are sloppy players with their thumb, when they get to this shape, when they get to these bar chord shapes, it's pretty unusual to see somebody with their thumb up here playing out on bar chord. Now, there are guys who do it, and I don't know why they're making their lives so hard, but for the most part, when it's time to do a bar chord, you really do have to have very good posture with your left hand. Okay. The other thing I would mention, that sound, that drives some people crazy. If that sound drives you crazy, this is not the right instrument for you. You do want to minimize that if you can. So rather than dragging them down, if you can loosen up a little bit, but you're still going to have... you're still going to hear that sometimes. You don't hear it in professional recordings because there's a guy who's an audio engineer who takes that sound off of the recording. But when you go watch a real guitarist in person live, you're going to hear that sound a little bit. Some are better than others at covering it up. Some are better at lifting their fingers completely off and then putting them back down. But that's the sound of humanity right there. That's the sound it makes when you're on guitar and you're playing live. That little sound's going to come out. And I love it. I get it. Some students are like, oh, I hate that sound. And I'm like, well, you should get over it because you're going to be making that sound. The other thing with bar chords, right? This is where your right hand can actually teach you a whole lot about how well your bar is on. If you do this, sounds like everything's down perfect. I didn't get the 2 down here very well, and so it sort of rattled around there. But when you're strumming, kind of it covers it up. But if you are doing your arpeggio picking, oh, see, there's a bad one. These two are not so good, right? And so then you study, all right? Those two aren't sounding so good. Do I need to squeeze tighter? Do I need to make some adjustments? There they are. They come in. There won't be one answer for every chord shape. There won't be one answer that solves the problem forever. But I do think taking a little bit of time just to listen overall to your sound quality. And then being real patient with a lot of crummy sounds for now. Probably, I bet if we got most guitarists in here who have been playing 20 or more years, most of them will be like, yeah, you make a crummy sound on the bar chord sometimes. And I don't lose any sleep over it. Yeah, on electric guitar, you'll be playing that shape all the way up here. So if your thought is, hey, I'm going to be a rock star, you're going to be playing that. The other fun activity that we teach electric guitar, new people on electric guitar, make this shape on 1, F, then go to 6, then go to 8, back to 6, back to 1. And then you have a song, right? There's a lot of heavy metal tunes that were written just that way, those 3 chords and that exact progression, and you can end up goofing around with it. Not as grown adults we're like, oh, that's silly, I'm not going to do that, but as grown adults we're also like, well, I need to work on this shape. Into something sweet and soft. The wheels on the bus, well, they go round and round and round and round. All right, so there's that. So you got a lot of work on F chord. This is a song when I wrote out an arpeggio for it. I wrote out a tough X for it. I wrote out the guitar melody. I don't think you should do any of those on here. I think this is really about singing a song with these chords on here, and so we're going to do that. Okay? And notice you got a bunch of Fs, then a couple of Cs, then a bunch of Fs, and then a couple of Cs, and then some Fs. Okay, so it's not a complex song, and surprise, surprise, but it is one where you got to go from your F to your C, back to your F. Let's give it a try. 1, 2. Oh, it's 2/4. By the way, 2/4 is a very bizarro time signature. I think of it as 4/4, but it means there's 2 beats in a measure, right? 1, 2. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The only thing that's different between 4/4 and 2/4, in 4/4 time, beat 1 is heavy and beat 3 is pretty heavy, and in 2/4 time, beat 1, beat 1, beat 1, beat 1, beat 1. So it makes the beat number 3 become more important. And so instead of the wheels on the bus go round and round, right, which is lowering that 3rd beat, this one gives you a much more marching feel. The wheels on the bus go round and round. So beat 1 is always a heavier beat than the others. And 2/4 time is they use the it and cut time 2/2 for most marching songs. If you're going to go, not most, but a lot of marching songs. And so that's what 2/4 is doing. You just got 2 quarter notes in each beat, is in each measure. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. 1, 2. The wheels on the bus go round and round, change, round and round, change, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. swish, swish, swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish. All through the town. The mommy on the bus goes shoosh, shoosh, shoosh. Shoosh, shoosh, shoosh. Shoosh, shoosh, shoosh. The mommy on the bus goes shoosh, shoosh, shoosh. All through the town. And so on. It goes on forever. It's just a good. It's not a good song. It gets stuck in your head, and hopefully today we're gonna be able to get it back out. But it is a song designed specifically in this book and for us as guitarists. Get comfortable with C, and also get comfortable with making crummy F chords. Right? If you make a crummy one, it's fine for now. Okay, it's fine. Clear up until you're charging $65 a ticket for people to come watch you perform. Until then, crummy F chords are fine. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about on this. Oh, I do have one other thing on this piece of paper. You know, we talked about sliding this up the neck. The C chord is on 8 and back. So if you only want to work on your F chord shape, you can do that. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Okay, if you got a hard body electric guitar and a fuzz pedal, that's how you play that song. Here, 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 same shape, and it's really, really fun. But on acoustic guitar, the reason we would do that is just to really, really focus in on that shape, same shape. Okay. Elizabeth says the arpeggio with the repeated low Fs makes me think the bus is getting higher. Boom, boom, boom. The wheels on the bus are getting flat. Getting flat, getting flat. No, let's play it. The wheels on the bus are going flat. Psh, 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 psh. I know, poor bus. The bus driver's going to have to get out with all those kids in the bus. There's a mommy in the bus. There's a baby in the bus. There's money in the bus, and the bus driver is going to be having to get out to pump the tire up. That's disgusting. So here again with lower notes, right? It almost feels like a different chord versus your upper notes. Right? The wheels on the bus go round and round. Or this one, the wheels on the bus go round and round. A much more optimistic F chord than this one, which is a very, very sinister F chord. Nice. So there's wheels on the bus. The tires are going out at Elizabeth's house, and so don't ride the bus with Elizabeth. That's one thing that's the thing we've just learned. Okay. It's the wheels on the bus. So there you go. F chord. F chord, F chord, F chord. Don't quit guitar because of F chord. It is coming up. It is going to always be hard. Not always. 20 years from now, it won't be hard. But for the next decade, it's going to be hard to play an F chord. And you will sort of, when you see one coming up, you're like, oh, man, I don't like F chord. But let it be what it is, right? All right, I'd like to jump into Santa Lucia. We only had a chance to just play through it yesterday. There's a couple of things that I think are probably worth knowing or thinking about here. So if you'll grab your Santa Lucias, I think, by the way, I was going to mention, besides those of you who got in late, we do have orchestra tonight, level 4 tonight. And level 4 doesn't mean you have to be level 4 to come to it. Well, level 4 means that there are the people who are wanting to make their lives miserable. I've got stuff set up for them. But if you're book 1 and you just want to come play the melody to Yesterday, Blackbird, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Here Comes the Sun, that's a great opportunity for you. So check out the class tonight. And if you don't have the sheet music, you have to send me an email. I don't post those on the website on purpose. And then tomorrow we have a lot of songs. We won't get through everything, so we'll kind of pick the ones that are the most fun to play, probably. And then next week, I'm only going to be. Donna has a 4-day weekend next weekend. It's President's Day weekend here in the States, and so she gets Monday off, so she's taking Friday off, and so we're gonna do a 4-day weekend. So we'll be doing that here as well. So next week, I'll look at what we're working on, and so we'll only be here Monday through Thursday next week. So if you want to go wild, what we might do, we may just continue to do a regular week because I will also not be here for, I think next week is the condo meeting. Let me double check. I believe next Thursday night is our no, it's not. Okay, so I'll be here through Thursday night. So we can either move the Friday concert to Thursday, or just not have the Friday concert, one of the two for next week. And we can talk about what you guys would rather do. But so I won't be here next Friday, nor will I be here the following Monday. And so I'll make sure you have plenty to keep you busy. Okay. But that's coming up. And other than that, not really any big changes happening in the guitar program here. I'm focusing in on getting as much Beatles music out to you guys as I can. As you know, I have tons of it done for different instruments, but I like it when I put it out for guitar. It's harder and more complex, and I like it to be really, really solid when I get it to you guys. And so I have a bunch of them done. I just am working on playing through and making sure I can play them, because if I can play them, a lot of you guys who are OS, and certainly several of the Thursday night crew, some of those guys are much better players than I am, and so they don't want to work too hard, right? They're guitar players, but they do want it right, and so that stuff's coming. I think by the time we get to summertime, we'll have a whole bunch of Beatles music, and you'll be able, even if you're there in your own neighborhood, nowhere near Denver, you'll be able to put on a concert of you and Beatles, and a solo night of you playing guitar, and you can charge $65 for it, and then make sure all your F chords are perfect, and it'll be great. Santa Lucia. I think the thing I wanted to talk about, which I didn't really think about until we got to the very end of the song. The song is set up in two sections. The first section and then a repeat of the first section. And that should feel like you're in Italy on a boat, on a gondola, floating around in one of the alleyways up there in Venice. You've just had dinner, and you're sitting and you paid the $650 to go for your boat ride. And it should feel very soft and sweet. The second part, should sound a little more operatic. Oh, how the sailors cry. So it's going to go up the neck, and you want to really emphasize those high notes. And then the hard part, of course, measure 21. Dun, 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 dun. Right? So very operatic in its overall feeling to it. You want to see if you can make that really clean and pretty and clear. That's the challenge with playing guitar up the neck is, boy, you really do want to be able to take your eyes off the paper and focus in on getting your notes clear. And then everybody's like, oh boy, you're a really good guitar player. The other thing to mention, we talked about, we just flew by yesterday at 31. This D7 shape on the paper, it's here, right? Santa Lucia, right? That's how you would, if you're singing just a regular D7. But as instrumentalists, we have to use this high D7, 575. I would memorize that D7. That's another D7 that's going to come up all of the time. 575. So just make it part of your life. You can do a 355. I don't like it near as much. I think those two tones are too close to each other. So if you do 575, you get much better spread between the tones. And then your pinky. And so that's what we would want to be mindful. When you get to 31, that's sort of the moment when you want the song to finish up clean and pretty. And so just know 575. fermata above 7, okay, your high B note, and so then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that sounds beautiful. Okay, let's give it a try. If you are newer and you don't know all your chords, I for sure would work on this. Now neath the silvery moon, calm seas are glittering, sweet winds and gentle waves caress my sail. Oh, let's keep going. 9. Full sail with breezes fair, they soothe my woes and cares. Come sail with me today, off to Naples. Oh, how the sailors cry, joyously echoes high. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Oh, how the sailors cry, joyously echoes nigh. Santa Lucia, Santa, let her ring out, Lucia. If you put on your fancy G to wrap it up, I would say, and the only typo I see in here, I have Santa Lucia, which is wrong. It should be SAAN, San, Santa, and the second little, the 2/8 notes there are ta, and then Lu. Lu should be moved over into measure 29, and I will update this eventually. Santa Lu, and then C. C is where the measure 30, or this, either on 30 or at 22. It's C is how you sing it. All right, so there's that, and then let's play the melody. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that pretty? That's a really pretty tune. I think I love that melody. The hardest part, obviously, is the 7, and then the 2 3s. Grab both of them at the same time, but then don't fall asleep there, because just doing that part isn't the end of the hard part. You then have to go, and getting your pinky up there on that 5 is really important, right? And so it's going to be. Think of that all as one continuous motion. When you sing it, Santa Lucia, there's all that bent notes in your voice, and so you want to, as much as possible, capture a little bit of that idea in the guitar by being very smooth and not slowing down. Okay. The other thing on this piece, really nice moments to add in some vibrato, and you're working on that. If your pinky's on the 5, right, or if it's a ring finger on a 3, just add a little bit. Middle finger on. Okay, so just all you do, you don't lift it up, you just wiggle. And the more expensive your guitar is, the prettier it sounds. I think that's sort of a truism of vibrato. The more you spent on your instrument, the more likely it is to get decent vibrato out of it. All right, finally, Tough Axe was what we played yesterday. Nice and slow. Grab the chord first, obviously, and throughout this entire song, it's perfect. It absolutely fits on guitar perfectly. Just make sure you grab your chord, and then just make sure whatever adjustments you need to make for the melody are there, and you're all set. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Pretty neat little tune. I think it's beautiful. I hope you like it. I don't think I have much else to add to that piece of music. Really nice. Sounds great on guitar, don't you think? That'd be a fun song just to sit in the evenings and play it. Pretend you're in Italy. That's the vacation you get to go on this year, is in your own head to Italy. All right. And then we're also going to look at Scarborough Fair today. Just got a few minutes to talk about it. So grab your Scarborough Fairs, please. All right. You know what? Let's stop there. Hold on. My note here says it's too low. It probably is too low. I wanted it to be deep and throaty. Yeah, let's do it. It's fine. I'm going to raise it up next time I publish this to a little higher key. But let's use it. Just use your thumb, right? Really dig into it. Bomb, 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 bomb. I wanted to have a nice low tune, but this one's just almost too low. Let your bottom strings ring out. It's really a opportunity to showcase what you can do on your lower end of your guitar. And so I think eventually I'll be like, whatever. Let's raise that up a little bit, probably up to an A. But let's do it just the way it's written, just any way you want to play it. 1, 2, 3. extra long and then go. Goes back to the top. That's what I meant to do. I'm not sure it needs to be that way. You know, makes it feel like you makes it feel like Darth Vader's about to walk in the room. And so I don't know. You guys let me know. Is that too low? Feels kind of low to me. Kind of fun. My note here, measure 13. Simon and Garfunkel add an extra beat into measure 13. You should probably add in an extra beat into measure 13. Probably when I repost it, there will be an extra beat in measure 13. I know I did this for our orchestra at one point. We added in an extra beat there for sure. But it's kind of it's a one song, not the one song, but one of the songs in our program that you get a chance to really just play down on just mostly these bottom three strings and actually have the melody happening down there. So it's I don't know, it's okay. And the only other place that I think measure 11, I have 003. But I think you probably want to just go ahead and put your full G chord on and then play everything so it's consistent with the rest of the song. So probably add in the top of the chords in measures 11 and 12, probably. There. So that's Scarborough Fair. We'll play it that way this week, and then we can debate whether we want to have it raised up just a little bit. Let's see. I'm missing some thoughts over here. Let's see. It's a beautiful song, great to play. That's Santa Lucia, right? It is a beautiful song, lovely song. Not easy on the guitar, but certainly not as hard as some of the other stuff we play. You get a lot of horsepower out of that one. So nice melody. Pauline says, Elizabeth, looks like you could knock off the lower strings in tough acts of Santa Lucia and play it on a baritone uke. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. When you are looking at, oh, I know. Let me just peek and see. For those of you guys that are like, I don't know why you spend so much time around ukulele. The reason you go to baritone uke, in some senses, sometimes you're just tired, right? And you're just like, man, I'm tired of fighting the guitar. But other times you're like, I just want something that's kind of fun. And so baritone ukulele is tuned the same as a guitar, but it just doesn't have these two strings on it. And so you're looking for songs that, hey, you know, as long as it doesn't use the fifth string, I can play it on baritone ukulele. And most of the songs in this program will work for that, Elizabeth. So I like it deep on the guitar, Scarborough Fair. Vic's down with it because Vic, as you know, is a huge Darth Vader fan. So let's leave it the way it is. How about that? Okay. And I instead of writing too low, I will write purposefully low. Just play it! Exclamation point. Stop worrying about it. Sounds kind of fun. Different than what Simon and Garfunkel did. So gives you a chance to make your guitar go boom, right? Like the poor wheels on the bus with the air coming out of the tires. All right, there's Scarborough Fair. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, next Friday and the Monday after that, I'm gonna be out, and so arrange your life accordingly. Set up all of your doctor's appointments for next Friday or the following Monday, or your car repairs or what else. I have all kinds of stuff I gotta do. Got to call the financial planner. Got to call the lawyer. Blah blah blah. So we got to do all that sort of stuff next weekend. So that's what I know. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hear a really good low voice singing. Yeah, right. That's exactly my because I'm a good singer when I sing down low. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Probably more than a baritone, right? What's that? Is there a voice lower than? There's bass and then there's baritone. I think is how they generally classify it. I don't know if they have a basso baritone. I don't know if there's a thing. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. Hope you're having a great day. I'll see some of you later. I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. And if you're logged in, if you could hit the thumbs up button. I think apparently I get a house in the Hamptons if you do that. So do it. All right. Good to see you, Pele, Nancy, Pauline, Vic, Elizabeth. Good to see all of you guys. A bass, a basement voice. Come on, Elizabeth. Serious up. You're full of it today. All right. I'm glad you're feeling good. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.